Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Tuesday, April 6, 2021, and we are in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions because at the end of the day, in the last hour, in particular in the last few minutes, the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. They are dealing with the most money, smartest people, best information, best technology, and I believe following the price of where the large financial institutions move the price is the most valid price to make your buying and selling decisions for your swing trades. And that is why primarily I purchase in the last few minutes of the day based upon what the levels are at that time. So thank you all for coming today. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. This is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we are going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them moving forward. After that, I did have 3 day trades today that I'm going to share with you as well. I guess 4. Well, I'm not sure now. 3 or 4. Yeah, 4. I think. We'll find out. Anyway, they went pretty well. I did have one loser. After that, we are going to go over to the board and we're going to take a look at your current positions, see how you're doing. If you're a student of mine, current or former student, I put your positions up here on the board and we'll go through and see how they're doing. So I see a little mix. I see some green. I see some red. So we'll take a look at that in a little while. After that, I'm going to talk about trader psychology or good trading words of wisdom, just something that can help you either from just the practical side of trading or from the psychological side of trading, which, you know, in trading, as in life, your psychological makeup and your outlook are the most important things. And in regards to trading, creating a plan and following it is a must if you want to be a long-term profitable trader. So I like to touch on that each day. After that, we are going to, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First requirement, I need to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames, indicators like MACD, RSI, moving averages, ATR channels, V1, V2 entry triggers. I consider these all signs that buyers are coming into the market or could potentially come into the market, and you will put yourself in the best position to have a profitable trade if you are in the company with as many other buyers as possible. Second requirement, even if I have a good confluence or combination, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio. It's extremely, extremely important. I need to be able to risk less than I can make on the trade based upon valid support below me and valid and likely resistance above me. And then lastly, number 3, every day before you hit that buy button, ask yourself, is this really a good trade? Is it a clean trade? Is it a good risk to reward ratio? Do I have a confluence of combination of indicators lining up? How much account heat do I have? Or in other words, how much my total capital do I have at risk? How correlated are my positions, right? These are all things that you should consider before you hit that buy button. And the other thing, position sizing based upon what the current volatility of the market is. If the current volatility of the market is high, you need to buy fewer shares. If it's low, you can buy more shares. And the way I do that is I take my maximum allowed loss. Kind of a good rule of thumb is maybe 1% of your total capital would be your maximum allowed loss. Divide it by the value of the 2 ATR. That will account for the volatility and show and help you standardize your maximum loss regardless of volatility. All right, I do have quite a few end of day potential candidates today. There looks like there are a few good ones. So as we get closer to the end of the day, I will go through those with a fine-tooth comb. Look at the multiple time frames. Look at the confluence or combination of indicators. Keep in mind what positions I already have and what industries they are in. And if I find something that will work, if I find something that makes sense, taking into consideration all of those, then I will buy it before the close of the market. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the close, put them in the live stream chat, and I will do my very best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if any of my students have any entries or exits for me, any new entries or exits for me that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please wait until the market's closed. So the pressure's off, market's closed, I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to. I do have a dentist appointment today, so I'm going to have to keep the aftermarket stuff a little quick today because I'm going to have to run and be at the dentist. So that's the plan for today. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Lava74 is here. Nice to see you, Lava, as always. I hope you're having a good day, my friend. Proud of you for all your analysis that great analysis that you've been doing lately. Tracy is here. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. I hope Paxton as well. If he's there with you, please tell him hello for me. Steve Burns is here. Hello, my friend. Good to see you as always, Steve. Always an honor and a privilege to have you here. Hope you're doing well. And thank you for everything that you contribute to this channel, Steve. I really mean that, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. Gary is here. Hello, Gary. Or hello, Greg and group. Hello, Gary. Good to see you. Nice chatting with you earlier. Frank is here. Good to see you, Frank. Hope you are doing well, and thank you for everything that you contribute as well, Frank. I really do appreciate that. Jonathan is here. Evening, Greg and group. Good evening, Jonathan. Hope you are doing well. Over there in Ireland, and that you've had a good day. Johan is here. Hi, everyone. Hey, Johan. Good to see you, bud. Good chatting with you earlier as well. Lova says, lots of charts today that are very close to being good, and they won't get better before the close because the things that are making them bad are from the recent past days. Interesting. Interesting. Thank you for that. Steve says AMD has a 520 cross. Let's pull that up. Let me put it here on my El Listo. Ooh. Okay. AMD. That's not AMD. AMD. 520 cross. Let me do a little math on this, Steve. When I say I'm doing math, what I'm doing is I'm taking my I almost made a big mistake. I almost took my maximum allowed loss divided by the 2 ATR value on the 5 minute. That would be a lot of shares. So I'm taking my maximum allowed loss dividing by the 2 ATR, and that's telling me how many shares to buy to account for volatility and standardize my maximum loss. So, all right. Thank you for that, Steve. Let me save that. Dan says, hi, Greg and everyone. Hello, good to see you, Dan. Appreciate you being here. Amazon, has the old 1030. Sometimes those 1030 slip by me because my charts are made up of mainly 520s. So, yes, you're right. That one's a little too high for me. That one's too high for me. That's up at the second ATR channel, so going to have to let that one go, but that's just a rule that I use for myself. But here's the 10 crossing over the 30. David says, AMD also possible close above the 200-day moving average. Yeah. Yep. and the 520 cross. So good. Okay. Well, let's get started. All right, so Berkshire Hathaway. Johan and I bought Berkshire Hathaway back here at 250.86 with the return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V1. 250.86, moved up, took profits along the way, went got to trailing stop level, 1.5 ATRs, then we had a close below the previous day's low, so I exited half. Then we continued with another leg up. Nice day there. It was a great day yesterday, hit some profit targets. Is slightly down today. No profit targets, but nicely up on the trade. This one has been a really nice trade. I knew I liked this setup when I saw it, but this trade is up approximately 4.42%. It was above the 65 RSI. So now if I get a close below the 5-day EMA, I will go ahead and lock in profits. Alternatively, if it rejects the 70 RSI, I'll get out of half. If and after it rejects the 70 RSI, I'll get out with of the full position with a close below the previous day's low. So it's either going to go up to the 70, reject it, and then have a previous close below the previous day's low, or it's going to close below the 5 EMA. Either way, I've got a complete plan here of what I'm going to do, and this has been a great trade. Budweiser. I took Budweiser on the monthly. I took a higher low V2. I bought it at 62.91. It's currently 63.81. So it's up 1.64% so far on the month and so far on the trade. So a little bit down today, but still up on the trade. Clover Health. Johan, Gary, Kamal, and I bought Clover Health with the false breakout to the downside and the V2 and a close above the 5 EMA. Bought it at 757. Started out down. Today it was up nicely. Today it was up like 4%. I did hit one profit target here at 778 when it was up higher. And this is a good example of why I like to set intraday profit targets, because a lot of times, some days you go up, you hit them, and then it comes back down, but you locked in that higher price. So where did my, there it is. So anyway, nothing here that I'm concerned about, although I guess while I'm here, I better check and see how high did we get. Yeah, we got to 41. So steady as she goes there, but it is up on the day and up on the trade. GPN, I bought Frank and Lilia and I bought GPN. Frank bought a half a position. We bought it with the 520 crossover, false breakout to the downside, and the V2. Bought it at 207.72. Yesterday we had a nice up day. I did take some profits off. I took some intraday profits off, which is nice. You lock them in. Even if it goes back down, the market can't take those back away from you. Bought at 207.72. It's 207.98. So it is down today, 0.92%, but it is still up on the trade. Light. All right, this is a weekly trade that Lilia and I took. Gary also took this. He sold the $80 77.50 credit spreads expiring April 6th, so it has to close above $80. It's 91. I bought this exactly the same setup as Berkshire Hathaway. Pull back into the value zone, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V1. I bought it at 91.74. It's 90.99, so it is down on the trade slightly. And it is down on the day as well. Actually, most of that came today, but hasn't lost the 50 RSI. Again, this is a weekly trade. I make my decisions on Friday. All right, MasterCard. Tracy, Gary, David, Jonathan, Miko, and myself did take MasterCard yesterday with a 520 crossover. It does back test well. Doesn't mean it's going to be profitable every single trade. I bought it at 368.54. It's currently 370.17. It opened up down and ugly, but it bounced right at that 50 RSI, bounced right at this ribbon of moving averages, and it's up on the day now. Not a lot, up about 0.5%, but I will take it. No profit targets. These lines here are my 3 profit targets. I have limit orders in for each one. if we rally towards the end of the day and hits one of those, that would be fantastic. But I took it because of the 520 crossover. Netflix. Tracy and Jonathan, I bought Netflix with the deep dip buy, a rejection of the 200-day moving average, good risk to reward ratio, bought it at 511.81. It has just moved up like a champion ever since. Did hit one profit target today at 548.27. Got close to that second one, but we haven't got there. But so far, this trade is up 6.55%. So this has been a really good trade so far. I'm in trailing stop mode, meaning that if I get a close below the previous day's low, I will sell half. Did we get to 65 RSI? No, 61.52. So I'm just looking for a close below the previous day's low. I'm giving this one a little bit of room to breathe with this close back over the 200-day moving average. SPY. I buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing in the next morning. This is a small loss after yesterday's big gain. I bought it at 406.36. It's currently, I sold it this morning at the open at 405.83. So small loss there. I'll buy this again at the close with the market on close order, hold it overnight, take the overnight risk, sell it first thing the next morning, tomorrow morning at the open. SSO. All right. Tracy and David and I did buy SSO, false breakout to the downside, return to value, V1, bought at 98.93. This has been a fantastical trade. I don't think we rejected the 70 RSI today though. 69.05. So no, we did not. If we go up tomorrow, we'll probably reject the 70 RSI. If we do, or we'll probably get to the 70 RSI. If we reject it, I'll take off half and then close below the previous day's low as half. Alternatively, if it goes back down, I will get out with a close below the 5 EMA. That would be a good spot to know that it's not strong enough to hold it anymore. But this has been a really good trade as well. This is double leverage, so this is up 7.9% on the trade. All right, should we get to day trades? I do these earlier in the morning, so when I come back here, I'm like, okay, what did I do again? But that's why I mark it. Okay, here was my trade on Southwest Airlines. Return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside from the low of this range, and a V1. I bought it here at, perfect setup. I bought it at 60. I was just going through and I happened to see this. I was like, oh, I never trade Southwest, but I did. I bought it at 63.94. 2 bars later, had a 2 big bars up. I sold half at 64.25. Got up here, up into this new range. We got, well, there you go, everybody. My my charts just crashed on me. Fantastic. Gosh, dang it. All right, they'll come back up in a minute. Sorry, everybody. Gosh, darn it. Okay. Should we look at my Katie girl while I'm waiting for it to come up? You guys know my Katie. She passed away last year. Isn't she a beautiful girl? All right, they're coming back up, but unfortunately, I think I will have lost all the potential stocks that I have for today, although I've written them down as well. Sorry about that. Gosh darn it. Lilia is here. Nice to see you, Lilia. Yavar is here. Hello, everyone. Yavar says GAIAV1. Okay, I can't look at it right yet. Steve says gold very close to a 520-day EMA crossover, but not quite there yet. Steve said nice ad. David Mamal is here. Nice to see you, Mamal. All right. I hope this didn't mess up my day trades. I mean, the where I marked my day trades. I guess we're about to find out. Okay. Yep. It messed up. I lost all my day trades. Gosh darn it. Oh well. I guess I just won't show you the day trades. Gosh dang it. Okay. Well, there we go. If my charts crash like that, then everything I did gets deleted. All right. Well, I do have your day trades, so let's, or not day trades, but your trades. So let's look at your trades. Steve bought NVIDIA with a 1030 EMA crossover yesterday at 557.74. It's currently 556.40, so it is down a little bit on the day, and it is down a little bit on the trade. But Steve took this with the 1030 EMA crossover. DocuSign, David, and I think we have someone else. Was it just David? I guess it was just David. Close under, close back over the 250, deep dip buy. Bought it at 202.40. It's currently 206.50, up 0.41% today, and nicely up on the trade. Edit. Johan and Kamal bought Edit at 40.50. It's had a nice run up. It's up 1.35% today, and it is up 6.79%. But this was a nice V1 false breakout to the downside, rejection of the 200-day moving average, so that has moved up nicely. eBay, all right, Mamal bought eBay all the way down here at 53.30 with an intraday deep dip buy, intraday rejection of the 200. Bought at 53.30, moved all the way up, got to trailing stop mode, closed below previous day's low, sold half, but kept the other half for the nice ride up. Tested the 5-day EMA. I would get out, me personally, if we close below the 5 EMA. LMND, Lilia, Kamal, and Johan bought LMND with a double bottom, with the bullish divergence, bullish engulfing bar, V1, closed back up into the value zone. Bought it at 89.50. It's 95.45, up 3.68% just today. And this trade is up 5.91%. And that's on Lemonade. GNRC, great trade for Steve on GNRC with a 520 crossover. Bought it at 329.49. It's 336.35, up 3.48% just today, and this trade is up 1.97% so far, roughly. PKI, all right, we have a lot of stuff going on PKI. Kamal bought all the way back here at 126.60. Everyone else, Jonathan, Frank, David, and Steve, bought 2 days ago with the 520 cross. They bought it at 129.70. So Kamal is up 4.92%, which is fantastic. And everyone else, Jonathan, Frank, David, and Steve, are up 2.53%. Pretty good, pretty good. Nice going. Okay, FCX. Steve bought FCX yesterday at 35.35 with the 520 crossover. Went up earlier in the day, has reversed. It is down 1.33%, so a little down on the day and a little down on the trade so far. NVAX. All right, this is a big, huge trade here from Frank. Bought it at 135, more than doubled, everybody. You heard me right. It more than doubled. Within a couple weeks, he sold 90%, locked in that big gain, and he kept a little 10% runner for the ride. So I'm glad he sold 90% up there. AGQ, nice trade here for Steve on AGQ, double leverage silver, bounce at the 30 RSI, bought it at 39.68. It's 43.59, and this trade is up over 9%. So way to go, Steve. Great. Didn't look fun to buy there, but it did have an under 30 or bounced at the 30 RSI, and that was Steve's signal. TMO keeps on cranking up here for Lilia. Bought it at 446.61. It is currently 469.07, up 0.76% today. And Lilia is up nicely, 4.69%. Fastly having a good day for Gary and Kamal. Bought here with a little bit of a V1 and closing the value zone at 65.06. It's 70.81, up 2.85%, and up 8.35% total on the trade. So way to go, guys. Johan bought JP Morgan at 152.60. It's currently 152.13. Was up earlier in the day, so it is down a little, and it is also down a little on the trade. Riot, Gary sold credit spreads on Riot April 16th, the 45.42.50s. It has to close above 45 by April 16th in order for Gary to make the money. It's at 53.80. It is down 5% today, but he still has about $10 in protection to the downside on a Riot. BYND, this is Tracy, and this is Paxton. They bought Boyd Gaming at 47.80, had a huge run up, sold half here with the closed below the previous day's low, 58.60, came back down, had another nice leg up. It's up about 1% today, but this trade so far, one of the bigger ones I've seen out there, 23.37%. So let's put our hands together for Tracy and Paxton. TQQQ, all right. Steve bought TQQQ with the 520 crossover. He bought it at 95.49 with the 520 crossover, up 0.33% today, but this trade is up bigly, 6.24% on the trade so far. So way to go, Steve. Congratulations. VRM. Steve also bought VRM with a 520 crossover back here at 39.18. It's currently 39.89. It is down a little on the day, but Steve is up on the trade. And then last is CMG. Oh, way to go, Frank. CMG is Chipotle. Frank bought Chipotle yesterday with the 520 crossover at 14.52. It's 14.91, up 2.68%. Gosh darn, I'm bummed I can't show you my day trades. I had some really good day trades today. Oh well, that is how it goes. All right, so Frank has a poem for us. I did say hello to Mamal, didn't I? I think I did. Good to see you, Mamal. Hope you're doing well. Let's see Frank's poem. Half a loaf is better than none. It's okay to settle and just take some. Trading's not a game about having fun, especially when positions are under the gun. Protect positions and get the job done. Ah, it's beautiful, Frank. It's wonderful. Half a loaf is better than none. It's okay to settle and just take some. Trading's not a game about having fun, especially when positions are under the gun. Protect positions and get the job done. Fantastic. Wow. Johan says, nice one. Gary was just talking earlier about protecting profit. Steve said Square, PTON, Tesla, UTZ all have 520 crossovers today. Yeah, I've got a bunch of those on my list, so we are definitely going to take a look at some of those. Steve, Johan says, I'm at a JP Morgan. Oh, okay. I guess I'll just do it right here. So I think I'm the only one left in in Berkshire and in JP Morgan. All right, good. We'll clear a little room on the board then. Let's see. Okay. All right. Frank says, thank you, Johan. Rampage Trading is here. Hello, Rampage Trading. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Workhorse, $14 calls for May 21st. So you bought out of the money calls for $20 expiring May 21st. So Rampage Trading has until May 1st in order for Workhorse to be over $20. $14, excuse me, $14.20. So he's close. They are out of the money, but they're close. So he's got to overcome the $14 and he has to overcome the premium that he paid to the person that wrote those calls to him. So very good. MACD is positive. We're back in the value zone. That could be a good sign for sure. Okie dokie, Smokey. All right, should we get to trading psychology? Okay, let's do it. All right, so, I have my favorite people that I follow on Facebook and Twitter, good channels that put out good, free information, good trading words of wisdom, valuable things to read. So this is from Anthony Crudell. I would really suggest you subscribe to his channel on Twitter, Anthony Crudell, at Anthony Crudell. He's a futures trader, interviews people for podcasts. I just listened to one, I can't remember now, Tom Canfield, I believe. It was really great. It was really great. So thank you for that, Anthony. That was fantastic. But subscribe to his channel, read his posts. They are helpful. Let's read what he has to say today. I've learned the simple act of doing more of what's working and staying away from what's not can be a trader's greatest edge. We fight what's not working when we have positions on because we get married to the idea the trade should work out, which causes us to miss out on what's working. So, this is one of those simple sayings, but if you find yourself using a strategy that's working out more for you than another strategy, it's probably resonating with you and your trading personality more than the other one. It doesn't mean that one's better than the other, right? I would be a horrible long-term trend trader because I don't hold that long. And some people would be horrible deep dip buyers because maybe they're scared of buying deep dips, right? So it doesn't mean one's better than the other, but what this really means is do more of what works for you. If you have if you're trading a lot of V1, V2s, return to values and they're working, concentrate on those. If you're doing a lot of deep dip buying and it's not working for you, then maybe pass on those because your personality is, like I said, it's resonating better with a different type of strategy. So it's pretty simple. Let's just narrow it down. Do more of the type of trades that you've had success with and do less of the type of trades that have not worked out for you. So thank you, Anthony Crudell. That was helpful for me to read, and I hope it was helpful for everyone in the group. All right, so it's 1:34. We do have a lot of stuff to go over. Before we get to new stuff, let me look at old stuff and see how we're doing. Berkshire Hathaway, everything looks fine. I'm in trailing stop mode. I'm looking for a close below the 5 EMA. That will be my exit or rejection of the 70 RSI. Budweiser on the monthly, everything looks fine. It's up, no reason to change anything. Clover, up 2% even today, looks fine. There are no signals here for me to do anything with this. GPN, still slightly positive on the trade. I have not reached my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, so nothing to do here. Light, my weekly trade, slightly down on the trade. My stop is a halfway of the washout bar, but nothing to do until Friday. MasterCard doing well off of its lows with the 520 cross. No reason to change a position or do anything with MasterCard. Netflix, great trade. Doesn't look like I have to do anything there. SPY, of course, I'm buying the SPY at the close. Again, selling it tomorrow morning. SSO, I have. This has been a great trade. Did not reject the 70 RSI. Have not even had a close below the previous day's low, so this one's fine. Nothing I have to do here. Oh, do I have my VIX trade back? Oh, this is one of my intraday trades, but this one was a losing trade. I had a false breakout to the downside in the V1. I bought at 1076. I liked the setup a lot, but then it just came back down, and I had to get out at 1037. Oh, I did. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So that was a losing trade. This was the winning trade. Double bottom, bullish divergence, and a V1 back in the value zone. I bought at 1063. Moved sideways, had a big up bar, sold half at 1068. Had another big expansion bar up here at 1072. And then had a big reversal bar with the V1. I got out of the entire position. So I got in at 1063, out at 1068, out at 1070, and out at 1072. And then the first one there was a small loser. Oh, I know what it was. It was the Qs. It should be on there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. This is a good example of a deep dip buy on the 5-minute bars on the Qs. We had a big sell-off. We went under 30, over 30. We also had a V2. We also closed above the -1 ATR channel. I bought this intra-bar when it triggered the V2. I bought it at 330.60. I sold half at 330.96. I sold half at 331.11. And then I got out of the remaining amount at 331.43. So, all right. Oh, and I guess, man, sorry everybody. I feel like I'm all over the place today. Okay, I did not mention this one. All right, so Frank and David and I believe, bought the Qs back here on the 26th. False breakout to the downside and a V2. I bought at 313.82. It has just been moving up, 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 up. No trailing stops, no nothing. Hasn't rejected anything. Hasn't closed below the previous day's low. Steve bought this he bought it on the 31st at 318.92, and we bought at 313.82. So everyone's in the money on this one. First group there up 5.21%, and 318, and the 520 cross up about 3.77%. All right, so I did get all the day trades in there after all. All right, I think that's it. Steve says, I can't add any more stock positions here to my trading account without selling, as I am maxed out on risk. I can add index ETFs to my IRA with the new signal. Okay, so that is what's called account heat. Steve has a rule, I believe, that if it's above 60%, he cannot go above 60% of his capital, his total capital, unless there's a metal position. I believe a metal position allows him to go to 70. All right, so let's see. Everybody, what's happening? All right. That program crash really messed me up. All right, we're gonna have to hurry. My apologies. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to write, I've written these down, thankfully. These are the ones that I... Okay, I think this about covers them. Okay, as Steve mentioned, we do have a 520 crossover on AMD, which does backtest well. We also are above the 200-day moving average, so MACD is positive. That looks good. If we go over to the weekly, looks like we got close to rejecting the 50 RSI on the weekly, but this is a valid signal here with the 520 crossover that does backtest well, so that's a possibility. TWLO has a higher low V2, which looks pretty good. MACD is positive, under 50, over 50. That looks good. Let's go over to the weekly. Weekly is holding above the 50 RSI. That is also good. So that one looks pretty good. This is going to be tough to pick from today, actually. Paycom has a higher low V1, not enough of a washout bar in my opinion, so I am going to take that one off. Tesla does have a 520 crossover. It does backtest well. I checked it earlier. We're above the 50 RSI on the weekly. Very good chance we could go up here to about 791. So there is some potential on there. So I'll keep that one. Zoom has a higher low V2. MACD is positive. Let's see how high we got. And I see questions. Sorry, I'll do my best to get to them, but I'm a little back on time. That big kind of bearish bar, we got stuck right in the halfway of it, so I am going to take that one off. Teladoc was a higher low V2 earlier, but now it is untriggered. SPCE, which is Virgin Galactic, nice higher low V2. That doesn't look bad either. MACD is positive on the weekly. We are moving sideways, so I will imagine this one's ready for a bit of a move, but I do like the higher low V2 in the value zone. Hasn't rejected the 50 RSI. Edit, I do kind of like Edit. I like the higher low V1 and intraday rejection of the 200. MACD is positive. I do quite like Edit, actually. And then Square has a 520 crossover. MACD is positive. We had a V1 yesterday. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is nicely right in the value zone. Ooh, this is tough. This is going to be tough to narrow this down. I have to keep in mind, right? I have the Qs, I have I have Netflix. So I definitely already have technology. TWLO looks pretty good. I don't like that we rejected this 50 EMA here. That is a little bit of a concern. So I'm going to move Twilio over into the not so sure category. Tesla's not bad. It is down on the day. Edit, pretty good. And Square, all right. Actually, I think I like Edit and I like SPCE because it's in a different industry if it does hold and trigger that V2. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, I do like both of those. I'm not going to take a full position in both, so I'm going to take a half a position in SPCE, and I am going to take a half position in EDIT. right, so there's that, and there's that, and then there's that, and then there's that. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to take a half a position in EDIT with the V1 higher low close back above the 200, MACD being positive. And if SPCE does trigger, I will buy a half a position. And the reason I'm buying half a position is because I'm buying two. I don't like to buy more than one position per day. Oh, thank you, Gary. Yep, got those. So edit and SPCE, so I can get rid of, let's see. So I'll put these up here. Okay. So I do like edit and I do like SPCE. That's what I'll be buying near the close. And it gets me out of tech, gets me into industries that I don't have any exposure to at the moment. All right. But edit is going to have to close above the 200 in order for me to buy this, by the way. So it looks like the Qs have been selling off here. If we look at, yeah, they've been selling off pretty decently. All right. Ooh, I don't know if edit's going to make it. I don't know if it's going to hold above the 200. If it does, then I will buy it. If not, and now looks like Virgin Galactic may untrigger as well. So if Virgin Galactic untriggers, I am going to have to get out of that also. Ava, hi. How you doing? Nice to see you. Ava says, hi, Greg. What do you think of ATUS? I like weekly bounces off support. Yeah, well, it did, just like you said, it did bounce off support of last week's bar. If we look at the daily, it on the other hand, though, Ava, it did reject the -1 ATR channel above it as resistance. On the daily, doesn't look like we went under 30 over 30, and we did reject the 1 ATR channel above us today. So that's a little concerning. I mean, just my honest opinion, I mean, we did have a false breakout to the downside also on the weekly. Here's the low of the range. We did go below, right back up. That is good, but I just think there's some positives and negatives here with the rejection of the -1 ATR channel as well, Ava. So that's my honest opinion on that. All right, so it looks like edit is possibly closing below the 200. If it does, I won't be buying that. And SPCE has also looks like it's untriggered the V2. So I may not be buying anything today, as a matter of fact. Oh my. Looks like everything's making a low on the day now. Okay. So edit is below the 200. 200's 42.83. We're at 42.86. So it is still potential there, actually, that it could come into play and we could buy it. Or I could buy it, I should say. 82.83. It's 82.86. I would still buy it if it closed over the 200. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, everybody. My charts went down again. Unreal. I think I can get them back up before the end of the day. I don't know what's going on today. Oh, what a week. What a week, everybody. What a week. Oh, man. Well, there's Katie Girl. Good to see you, Katie. Miss you, baby girl. I'm glad this didn't happen with 2 minutes to go. I wouldn't have my charts. All right, 5 minutes. I can do it in 5 minutes, right? Yes. I don't know why. I don't know why that just crashes like that. Maybe I have too many symbols in there. That could be. Because sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, but who knows? Maybe that doesn't have anything to do with it. What were my two? Space and edit. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Over here. Like, whoa. What happened? That's not working. All right, so edit. I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to put, what was the other one? SPCE. All right, so edit is now below. So no bueno on that. And SPCE is also below 3064. Berkshire making a high on the day. That's good. 3064, we are right back up there for that trigger point for Virgin Galactic. So I guess I'll just concentrate on Virgin Galactic then. With the full position this time. Because it doesn't look like I'm buying the other one. 3064, not quite there yet. It's getting close. $0.05 away. $62. 1 minute to prove us right. 66. 67. We are there. $69, $68. $71. I think we're going to be okay on that. I bought it. Oy. That's okay. Okay. There we go. Done and done. So I did not buy edit. All right. Transactions. I bought SPY at 406.12, and I bought space at 30.70. All right, so SPY 406.12. And space at 30.70. Okay, got them. And no edit. No edit. All right, so listen, if anybody, any of my students have any new entries or exits for me that'd like me to update on the board, if you could just go ahead and put them in now and I'll get them taken care of. Real quick, just 3 pieces of business before we get to that. First, I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I think I teach a really good course. It's a total of 15 hours. It's one-on-one, just you and I. Via Skype, I teach you all 5 of my trading approaches that I use that you can use in any different type of market, whether it's trending or going down or going sideways. I teach you step by step each strategy, how to position size, emergency stops, end of day stops, profit targets, intraday profit targets, overhead rejections, position sizing. Oh, I already said that, but all the important things that you need. And I teach you each strategy, and then we go through and we do simulations trading. I start you off, show you, but when we're done with each course, you should be able to completely know how to manage the trade. It's a really good course. I know you'll be a better trader when you're finished with it. It does cost $1,750, but I believe it's worth every penny for just the attention that you get and all the experience that I'm teaching you. So, if you're interested, just send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. Just in the email, just say, hey Greg, I'm interested in your one-on-one course. I'll reply back, say great, let's set up a Skype call. Skype call's free. I just want to know more about you and your trading and your goals and your trading challenges. It's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course as well. And then when we're done with the call, you can think about it as long as you want. And then if you decide you want to schedule, just back a hold of me and we'll get it scheduled. Secondly, I do have a new online course that I'm selling on udemy.com. It's called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. It's a great course at a really affordable price. I think it's about $12 or $15 US. 9.5 hours of video, 26 videos in total, 15 study guides, and that is a good course. I'm telling you, I use deep dip buys all the time, and for the money, it's the best thing you'll buy for the money, I guarantee you. And so if you're interested in that online deep dip buy course, the link to that is in the description. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It just helps build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here. So if you did find something that was helpful today, I really would appreciate it if you could just quickly hit that thumbs up button before you get out of here. Okay, so let's see. Steve bought UTZ. And Steve bought the 520 crossover. And Steve bought it 25.77. With Steve 520 EMA cross. Okay. Got that one, Steve. Good luck. Gary is in SPCE with the higher low V2, rejection of the -1 ATR channel with the washout bar, and MACD is positive. It all looks good. Whether is it going to work? I have no idea, but I do know what I'm going to do regardless of what happens, and it does give me a good risk to reward ratio, and I like higher low V1s, V2s. Frank says I also bought UTZ. Okay, Lilia is out of TMO. All right, well, that was a good trade, Lilia, right? Very nice, my friend. Rejection of the 50, rejection of the 100. I don't blame you. I think that's a good analysis there, Lilia. Johan is out of BRKB, out of JP Morgan, in Square. There's Johan right there. And then also in space. Gary's in Square. I put you up there. So what Gary did here was he sold April 16th. Oh, nope. Wrong stock. Square. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Let's see. Okay. So Gary also has a directional position and also sold. So this is covered calls, right? He bought the stock and he sold the 245s above for premium. And if it does get up there, then they will just take his shares away. And that's how covered calls work. All right. So listen, if you have any more positions, let me know real quick. Let me read this. You know I have to run to the dentist, so I have to get a move on. But if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. Simple, right? Let's go out and do one nice thing for somebody today. It will make you feel better. It will make them feel better. Also try to go out and do something nice for an animal. It will make the animal feel better. It's a win-win-win all around. All right. So I always like to leave you off with that because it's just a small little platform. But listen, I think everyone needs to hear that every day. I think if I say it to one person and they actually go do it to another person or another animal or to an animal, that's two people we've helped. So let's think about it that way. David, DocuSign. Out of DocuSign. Okay. I do have someone that's in here, so I'm just going to switch this like that. Okay. Where is AMD? I know I have AMD on here. I guess I don't. I'll have to organize this all later. Okay. David is AMD with the 520 crossover. Gary says, thank you, Greg. Have a good day. Thank you, Gary. Lilia says, thank you, Greg. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much, Lilia. Hope you have a nice day as well. Johan says, thanks, Greg. Have a nice day, everyone. All right. Thanks for coming, everybody. I do have to get out of here a little bit earlier because I have to head to the dentist. So have a good rest of your day. Be good. Be safe. Drive safe. Go for a walk. Get some fresh air. Do something nice for another human. Do something nice for another animal. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't. See, I slid that one in there. Johan says, thanks, Greg. Have a nice day. Thank you, Johan. Fly safe, my friend. I always say drive safe, but I should tell Johan to fly safe as well. So, all right, off to the dentist. I will see you tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. Remember, if your garbage day is tomorrow, put them out tonight so you don't forget, right? My garbage day is Wednesday, so that's why I always mention this as a reminder to myself as well. So thanks a lot, everybody. Take care. Appreciate you coming. Have a good day. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity.